Hi guys, how are you? It's Breaks Nostalgia here. Finally, my latest Lego train layout project is finished, is complete, and what you see here in front of you is the result of it. I'm about to take some takes with my GoPro cameras because I want to upload a nice music video with the trains running. But now that we are here, I was thinking about doing a brief walkthrough the whole layout, so you can have a bit of a better look at all the details that are present here. Okay, so what we are going to start with is the Lego train station that you see on the very top left of the screen. Okay guys, so here we are. I'm gonna try to keep this video under 10 minutes length. So with no further ado, let's get into it straight away. What you can see here is the legendary Lego train station, set number 4554 from 1990. Probably the best, at least in my opinion, the best Lego train station ever released by Lego, with some minifigs here. I just put some to improve a bit the presentation of the set. There's a couple of trains here parked in front of it. The red one is the 7725, while this one that is a bit hidden, so just let me move this out of the way. This one is steam locomotive that I built, being very heavily inspired by the vintage Lego idea book number 7777 from 1980. If you want to know more about this set, but also about some others that you will bump into during this walkthrough, feel free to have a look at the links down in the description below, because I actually made some reviews of some of this set here and some others that you will be seeing later on. Okay, so don't forget about it. If we move on here to the next section, what we can find straight away is the Lego Monorail, very iconic Lego set from 1990. For this project, I decided to change the color scheme and make it yellow, and I have to say that I'm very pleased about how it turned out to be. I think actually this color scheme is a lot better than its original one, and I think I might keep it like this on permanent basis actually. Now moving to a different angle, what you can see here is the monorail station with a little snack bar next to it for travelers that might want to stop and have a break and a quick snack whilst traveling. If we move on here, we bump into another couple of sets. This is a vintage Lego gas station with some minifigs at work, and if we carry on following the road, what we can find here is Lego crossing and some cars. We can bump into some cars, and then right here in front of me we find another very iconic set from the late 80s. This is a Lego hospital, set number I think might be 6380, but I can't remember. And what I really wanted to do for this layout was to present these two sets, the hospital and this helicopter, together, that are officially two different sets, but I think go very well together, so I wanted to put them together, and I think they look very good. I changed also the base plate for this one in order to get it to match with this space base plate that I have. Now changing angle once again, if we keep following the road, Where we end up is into this corner where we bump into another couple of sets. We can see here vintage Lego police station and a vintage fire station as well. Once again here I put together two different official sets. The fire station is one and this pumper is another one, but I just think they look good together, so I put them together for the presentation. Here in this corner there was a little bit of space available. I decided to put these couple of helicopters and try to put together a little scene pretending that this pilot is driving a bit. He's been a bit too crazy with his driving and he's giving lots of concern to the viewers around him. Okay, now moving on from this corner, if we just move a little bit, we bump straight away into the second monorail station, the elevated one that I decided to present in its original form as it comes in the official set. It's a very nice build, I really like it, so I really don't have any interest on changing anything about it. The only thing I wanted to point out here is that in order to give it a bit of a nicer finish to the truck, I just put together this little build to just I just put it together quick. There's room for improvement. I'm very happy about what came out as it's giving a bit of a nicer look to the whole thing. If we move here to the base plate, what we can find here is a bus waiting for passenger to board and be taken to a certain destination, while here we have a couple of vehicles, rubbish collection truck, a very iconic one here from my childhood. I had this set when I was a kid and there's a lot of very nice childhood memories related to it. So even if it is a very simple set, it means a lot to me. And while here there is a little car that is about to approach the crossing. So for this little corner, this little section of the build, that's it. Let's move to check out the bridge here in the middle. Okay, before we move to the bridge itself, I just wanted to show you very briefly this train. That is the third one of the 4 trains present in this layout. It's a freight train composed by the locomotive that you see there. That yeah, feel free to check the links down in the description below about it, because I made a review out of it. And then here there's 3 cars. This very first one is car I like a lot. It's a container car, a 2-deck container car. This is a mail wagon, and this is a flat car where I put these couple of minifigs that are supposed to be having some fun at work, having some drinks while they mess around with these inverted slopes. Now if we move here to this corner, while we get closer to the bridge, we find this little construction site that I put together with these 3 very old sets. I think they're from 1978, from the first year the minifigs came out, and maybe not even all of them. Maybe this one here, this tipper truck here, is even older, but I like a lot of these sets. I think they're very cute, so I decided to find some space for them. Now let's move to this bridge. This bridge is present, or actually is a combination of 2 builds, 2 bridges that are present in the Lego Idea Book 7777. The top part here is it's taken from one build, and the bottom part is taken from the other. I like it a lot. I like the combination of the two, so I decided to go for it, and it came out pretty well, I would say. And I decided to allow both a train track and the monorail track to pass under it. Okay, so we are almost done with the layout. We just have to go through a couple of small sections still. The very first one is this one that you see here, is this little sort of countryside area that I put together with some base plates and a couple of houses and this kind of farm. I don't know what the English name for it, I forgot it. And then I just put together put on top of it some trees and some horses to try to give it a bit of life. I like vintage Lego houses, so if there is some space available, I always make sure I can put them in the layout. And moving on to this very last section, here we have the dock. And let's have a quick look at the last train of the layout. This is my 7760, my favorite locomotive of the whole 12-volt era, and there's 3 wagons attached to it. This very first one, this shell wagon is very heavily inspired by an official set. I just put it together with the pieces I had, but it looks very similar to it still. This yellow wagon is comes from the 7730 set, while this is another inspiration taken from another official set from the 90s. The build is very similar, not the same, because I just put it together with the pieces I had. If we move to beyond the train itself, we find the dock. Very nice dock composed by 2 very iconic vintage Nautica sets. Set number 6542 and 6541. I never had any of these sets when I was a kid, but I do remember spending hours back in the days watching at the catalogs and looking at the scenes that had these 2 sets involved into them. And I have to say that they look very good. It feels very good to have them right in front of my eyes. Great feeling indeed. So this is it, guys, for this walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, as there will be a lot more coming over the next few months. Also feel free once again to keep an eye on the links down in the description below, in case you want to know more about some of the sets that are presented here in this layout. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.